My niggas doing J for me. Scully moves paved the way for me. Ain't boss life, it was made for me. Whips the change like slavery.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to Untitled the GinTV podcast. As always, your boy EAZY.
It's your boy Manu.
And A1DasauceGod.
And today we got a very special guest. As always, we got the lovely Mya Gray in the building today.
How's it going?
That's the most modest introduction we've had so far.
That was a chill intro, yo. That was
Great start, by the way.
Thank you.
You know, usually they start repping their game and shit up here.
well, you want to throw up your hood, your set?
I don't really have much of this, but you know what I mean?
No,
I don't really.
No hood of it, like affiliation, nothing.
No ad libs, nothing.
I'm from the East End, you know. That's
okay, East Side.
You know what I'm saying?
But today I want to talk about something that little different for us. I want to kind of talk about college degree.
Okay.
Oh.
So I don't see like the importance of college degrees anymore, like in today's world. You feel me?
Right.
I could be wrong, but what are y'all thoughts on it? I know you kind of disagreed with that, right? A little bit.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay.
Like I understood your perspective, definitely, but I'm like 50-50 on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just over the fence?
A little
Or just
bit.
on top of the
You
fence?
know, like I mean, when I didn't want to go to college like after high school.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, fuck that. Like, so I took a year off, and like I just felt like I was stagnant. Like, you know what I mean? So that's when I was like, okay, well, I could just go to school. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I was like, if I am gonna go to school, I'm gonna go for something that I thoroughly enjoy. You know what I mean? So
I think that's usually like the worst idea.
That is the worst idea.
Like, yo, if you go to college for something you enjoy, yo, you're most likely not gonna make the most amount of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could be wrong. So what did you go to school for?
for video making, like filmmaking. So because like I'm my background is basically music. Like I've always made music since I was little, like piano lessons, all that. I'm like, I don't want to go to school to learn music. You know what I mean? I want to go for something that I'm also interested in, but that I can like develop. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's when I was like, I'm very interested in like making music videos and all that. And that's kind of how like
Are you trying to like say like the producer route kind of?
Oh, as far as like music
or
or
just
videos?
the music videos? Like who's like, you know, like when you see like a music video, like who's like, is there a title for the person that makes that?
Oh, like there's a director basically says, okay, I want the sun to be coming up right here, and then I want you to move through the screen like this. Like that's the director. They kind of like create the mood, like basically direct the scenes. But the producer basically pays for it, or like basically says, nah, that's not good. Like redo or something. You know what I mean?
So what's like the highest level of education you got?
I got my BA, Bachelor of Arts.
Oh, you got a bachelor's.
Yeah.
What do you got, bro?
Nothing. High school diploma.
High school diploma.
Some college credits.
A high school diploma. I mean, you're borderline retarded.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
fuck it,
I'm
you know?
surprised you could even read at
I'm
this
a
point, right?
I'm a high paid
What about you,
retard,
man?
bro.
I got a bachelor's in engineering and a master's in structural engineering.
Oh, we got a
Yeah.
master's. He
Yeah,
has
I
a
got a
master, guy.
yeah. Let's talk about it. Nah,
You know,
but
I swear, people with masters, they really think they're better than people.
yo,
right?
you asked the question. I had to answer it, right?
He's the
Yeah,
most
just
modest
answer.
guy I know,
actually
bro.
don't ever bring it up.
Do you remember?
I don't even tell people that I went to school.
Do you know why I just said that?
Why?
You don't remember that one time you brought up so a couple years ago, right? We were not me, but I remember you were like talking to some young ladies with another gentleman who did not have a college degree, and I remember they had asked you,
right.
"Yo, do you have a what would you say? Like, I got a master's in like the
No, she asked me like, yo, how's life going? I was like, yo, my life is going great. And then she started asking questions, so I started answering, and I had a hater in the room, so you know that situation was interesting. But I feel like people getting their degrees, a lot of people get their degrees for like the wrong reasons. Like you said, like you wanted to have your degree because like on something that you wanted to do, right? I think that college degrees should be based on the level of employment that you could obtain from the degree. Like it shouldn't be just you going to school for like just to like learn something that you don't know, because you could just go on the internet and just learn whatever you want to learn.
YouTube is
Like
the best college out in the world right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and it's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
Like education is free, really, if you think about it.
The
Go read a
only
book.
thing I say though is the thing that I benefited the most, honestly, was the relationships from college, and like not even with like peers. I'm talking like my professors. Like they really put me on game to certain things of like what I wanted to do, like with the documentaries, like really going after like issues that, you know, I maybe wouldn't have
thought of
prior to having relationships with
that
them.
is such a like deeper meaning than what I thought you meant. Because when you said relationships in college, I'm like, yeah, I used to fuck mad bitches in college. I'm like, yo, you too? Like, you just getting in it, right? That's a way better answer though. That's good job. Like, I didn't use my opportunities in school to do that. But I mean, I only got an associate's degree.
Yeah.
But to me, like, so I originally went to school for was it graphic design, right?
Mm.
And then like it kind of just hit me. I'm like, yo, the chances of me making real money like in this field, right, they're pretty low, right? Like you'd have to be like, there's just some fields, right, like where the potential to make a lot of money is there, but it's very exclusive, right? And you have to like really know a lot of people. You have to like grind your ass off. And I didn't want to do that shit, right? So I was like, yo, what's something I can go to school for and make mad money? So I decided to go to the medical field route. And for me to make like the most money I could really make in the medical field, like, I just need an associate's degree. So for me, like, yo, even like I work with people now that like want to get their bachelor's degree. And I'm like, yo, for what? Like, you're not going to get paid more once you get it. Like, and people just have like this like thing in them that's like, yo, I got to get like my degree. Yo, like Kanye had like this fucking like skit on like his first album, right? Like, yo, it's like, yo, I'm gonna get my degrees. I'm gonna get my master's, then my PhD, then my PhD's PhD. And it's like, yo, and then when I'm all done, I'm gonna have all these accolades. But like, for what? Like, I feel like people go to college for like years, right? And then at the end of it, it's like, yo, all right, you have this nice piece of paper, but like what for what?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like self-gratification.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, you know, coming from a person that doesn't have a college degree, like, luckily I lucked up and, you know, worked up the ranks in my job and been able to be compensated pretty nicely. But I feel like the issue that I'm running into is that, yes, the college degree is a piece of paper, but the people on the other side that are hiring are still looking at the college degree as like as a way to say, okay, this person is capable of doing the task. So the issue that I'm running into is like, even transitioning between jobs, it's kind of harder because, you know, my company values me because of the work that I put in, but other companies don't see that value. I mean, yes, they see that I'm capable of doing a job, but somebody that comes in with less experience than me that does have a college degree, they're more marketable than I am. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, that's kind of the place where I'm at right now, where I'm like, you know, there is some sort of value. Like, I kind of regret not going, but then on the flip side, it was like, you know, the opportunities to make the money that I made while my friends were going to college, it wouldn't have been the same opportunities if I had continued college. So.
I mean,
great point.
No, I think I kind of understand where you're coming from with saying like it's kind of just a piece of paper, because like it's on my house right now. It's just a piece of paper
Collecting dust.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Do at least hang it up somewhere nice.
No, it's framed. It's framed. It's
Oh, it's
right
framed,
there. When
alright,
you walk in the crib, you see it right there.
Oh, it's like first thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I want y'all to know.
Yeah.
I don't even know where mines are.
But like at the same time, like I look at it kind of as like, okay, like now I'm more in debt from this, right? Even though I did like make connections. And
You said more in what?
more in
More
debt.
in debt.
Debt.
Yeah, and
big word.
and I did luckily like land the job that like I have the ideal job that I wanted. And it's crazy because I was like, I probably gonna have to move out of Connecticut. Like, I'm not gonna get a job in this field and make a good amount of money. Like, you know what I mean? But like doors open and it's been great. But I think that a lot of times people just go into debt for nothing. And it is just a piece of paper when we really, like, as a society should teach people like how to make more money. Like, instead of teaching people like get more degrees and, you know, be educated, of course, and like always read and stuff like that, but learn how to make money, because that's really the best way to like improve your life.
I think that's kind of like the issue that, like you said, I feel like that's the issue with society. You know, like people, they're really focused on, you know, how much education you got. Like you said, people go after degree after degree after degree and have no experience. And most of the time you learn what the job needs while on the job. You know, like I went to school. I mean, I worked with some people that required a bachelor's degree. And I was the only person there that didn't require a bachelor's degree for, like, at the time, I think it was like $14.50. So you're telling me I went through that? Those people went through 4 years of school, all of this college debt to land a job that pays $14.50.
Bro, that is a backhand
that's
slap
terrible.
to the fucking face.
And the wild thing is, the job required it. Like, I got into a fucking loophole because I've been working in the field for a long time, but
got
the job,
grandfathered in.
yeah, the job actually required it. And I'm like, yo, like, how is this? How are you okay with this? Like,
Yeah.
Yo,
and this is their full-time job. Like,
yo, the thing about school is like, yo, it's a business, right?
Mhm.
So they're trying to get as much people to come in, and they're just pretty much teaching you shit that you don't really need to know for your
Right.
job. 80% of the shit that you're gonna learn in college, you're not ever gonna use in your
Yeah.
life. So like, it's just a business. Like, it's just a business transaction, and people are just getting into deep debt.
I think they teach you the core basics, and then they add a lot of fluff in between to
a
like
lot of fluff.
to make it seem like it's worth
Yeah,
it.
you
Like,
know what my first college class was, yo?
what's up?
It was a class that taught you how to take classes in college.
Really?
I took one of those, bro.
Yo,
I took one.
I swear to
took
God,
one.
yo. I swear to God. Yo, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on there until someone explained to me. Cause I'm like, yo, like I remember the curriculum was just like, it was just like kind of teaching you how to study. And I'm like, yo, what's this for? Like, I'm like, somebody's like, yo, they're like, this isn't even an accredited class, man. Like, this is just a class, like they just make freshmen take to like
Just
learn
occupy
how
time.
to learn how to take classes.
The
It's
time
like,
management class.
Occupy your time and charge you for it. Like, that's the biggest scam ever. Like,
No, really. But
Oh,
I feel like it's the United States too, though. Like, there's other countries, they don't even charge their people to go to college. And like,
just Sweden.
yeah,
Right.
and even the UK, like you go to college, say you want to go to college to be like a photographer. You don't take any other classes other than the photography classes. Why are we taking math? If like, I mean, it's good to know, but you learned all that shit in K through 12.
No, not even, bro. To this day right now, and I've been out of high school for like 12 years, something like that.
Yeah.
I still have not used the Pythagorean theory.
No, really.
Like, it still has not come up, yo. Like,
I use it.
you use the Pythagorean theory?
Yeah, but you're not gonna use calculus. You're not gonna use like a lot of trig, all of that shit. You're never gonna use it. And plus, yo, you don't even need to know mental math. You can just use your calculator.
Exactly.
That's serious, bro.
I mean, I don't know. It's wild because like you use it in your everyday. So maybe they're just doing like a shotgun effect on like teaching at this point. Like,
Oh,
Yo,
just like
that's
make
exactly
sure,
what
like,
it is.
let's just cover everything. So wherever direction you know, you kind of have the like, or whatever direction you go, you kind of have the basics.
Bro, that's what a bachelor's degree is. It's a shotgun. Like, they try to throw as much shit at you as they can just so you could get those credits and make 4 years out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you know how you brought up debt? Yo, do you guys know what the average amount of debt that a student graduates with?
35.
Actually, yeah, $35,000, right? Do you know the average amount of time it takes most people to pay off their student loan debt?
35 years?
No,
Their
no,
lifetime?
over. No, 21 years.
I was gonna say
Mhm.
20.
21 years, yo. So the average like debt is between 30 to 35,000. It takes the average person to pay it off in 21 years. And and like that's like one of the craziest debts in the United States because you can't file bankruptcy on it. Like that shit
Yep.
stays with you forever. You feel me?
Mm.
I wonder what's the average income in America from like people that graduate.
Actually, I looked it up. It's
Really?
the average income for a person with a bachelor's degree is $57,000.
Mm.
Yeah.
That ROI is terrible.
Yeah, that is.
That's a
crazy.
terrible return on investment.
Yeah,
Like,
but you ever seen those commercials where they say like if you got a bachelor's degree, you end up making like $1 million more than somebody who doesn't?
I never seen the commercial.
You
but
never seen that
I heard
shit?
that.
So you
that
do end
argument
up making a
before.
little bit more, but when you look at like what $1 million is for like the headache that you go through
Mhm.
in your like early years, it's really not worth it. And like once you get taxed on it, what do you keep like 600?
I mean, but look at the day and age that we're in right now. You know, where there's online marketing, there's FBA, there's stocks, there's a million different ways to make money outside of that. You could start your own business. Like
Uber.
it's not like the day. Exactly. It's not like the day and age where like
You
our
know what
parents
my
grew
favorite
up
fucking thing is, yo. You ever talk to someone
Mhm.
and they're like, "Yo, I'm an entrepreneur,"
in. Right.
and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, we're like, what do you do?" I drive Uber. like,
Yeah.
like I'm my own boss.
I respect the hell out of that, bro.
It's a
Yo,
stretch, but
yo,
you know,
you respect it? Like,
Yeah,
what do
I
you mean?
respect it.
Like that, like you
Yo,
consider
the-
themselves their own boss.
Yeah.
These are the CEOs of America.
Yeah. Why
The
not?
Uber drivers of America.
Yeah.
These are.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
coming
By
from
definition.
a previous Uber driver, like you get to create your own schedule. I
Yeah.
mean, what place?
Yo,
As
I
long
don't,
as-
I
yo,
don't
as
have
long
to put
as-
in a PTO request,
Bro,
to
as
take
long
time
as you're
off.
getting a 1099, you're an entrepreneur.
I guess by like the technical
Yeah.
definition of it, but like It takes a lot of fucking nerve to go around telling people you're a fucking entrepreneur and you drive Uber. And then people try to spice it up. Yo, I do Lyft on the side too. I'm like, bro, like
it's like the little
a little DoorDash,
little salt bay action going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, you got your ideal job, right? For like your degree.
Yeah.
What is it?
Basically, I'm a videographer. So like,
okay,
for this marketing company in New Haven, but it's like remote. So I work from home. I basically edit their videos and like I have to do shoot videos sometimes and stuff like that. But you know, it gives me the opportunity to like do my own like videos on my own time too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I lucked up though. Like, it was crazy because when I first graduated, I wasn't even working in my field. But then I was like,
most people aren't, and that's the thing about college that they don't tell you. Like, usually don't like work right away. Like, I feel like you got to be kind of lucky when
networking.
Yeah,
you know, it was literally like I graduated in this May, and then
you just graduated.
Yeah, and then I started the job that wasn't in my field in June, and then I started this job in like July.
How did you end up looking up on the job?
Like, she just saw my work, the documentaries, and was like, she just appreciated like the social justice aspect because a lot of my work is like around, not even like on a Black Lives Matter tip, but like on a like, kind of exposing issues like how I have this one about home ownership and how like minorities are less likely to own homes, and that's still like because from the past. And then one around like my great uncle, who's like my family's from Alabama, he got lynched over trying to in 1935 or something, and basically he was trying to like organize sharecroppers, and he got lynched. So I tend to like just go with whatever I'm passionate about at the moment, but like the CEO of the company like saw my work and it was like it stood out. So it was kind of like if I would have just went to college and just like took the normal classes and like made like bullshit and just, I don't think I would have gotten where I am right now with the job I have. But I think because I was like really like, I want to do this. Like, you know what I mean?
You're passionate about it.
Exactly. So
like you had to hand her like a catalog of like your things, or how does it work? Like, is it like a electronic resume?
Yeah, it's like
some sort?
Yeah, it's like basically like a website, but it's a portfolio.
Okay.
So like they just go to my portfolio, they see like all the work I have. And yeah, that's what she basically said. It was like you know, that, and then there was this one I made about my parents, because like my dad's Black, my mom's white, and I kind of talked about like growing up like that and stuff like that. And you know, she saw that and it was like everybody wants to talk about that right now. So
yeah,
there's
an
a few shows
interracial
on that,
relationships
yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you watch that
About
Colin
BMX?
Kaepernick?
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was sick. That was
Yeah,
sick.
I haven't watched
just
it.
started
Is
watching
it good?
It's really good.
All right, it's a little hypocritical, but
This guy's like the heaviest critic ever. Like,
yo, it is. If
Which
you
part
watch it,
did you think?
the first like 2 seconds, like 5 seconds of it, when he
Really?
was comparing the NFL to slavery,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But for you, like, your degree actually worked out for you, right?
Mhm.
My degree worked out for me. But we have a mutual friend. Well, not you, but we have a friend that went to school, right? Wanted to become a teacher. And then, got his bachelor's degree, got his master's degree, and whatever other degrees that because he was in school for like 5 years or 8 years or whatever, right? But, he did teaching for like 2 years and hated it. Quit, went to Florida, tried to teach again for like 1 day, quit on the same day, and he doesn't do that anymore. Now he does coding. Like that was one situation where like I feel like somebody pushed school onto him and it just didn't work out.
And I feel like with that too, it's kind of like you gotta really know you want to be a teacher. I thought about being a teacher, like a video production teacher,
No.
but
No, that's a
No,
terrible
being-
job.
No.
Teaching is terrible.
Yeah.
I think
Especially high school.
people that like genuinely want to be teachers, like they grow up right and they go to college, like, you know what, I'm going to college to be a teacher. I think they're clinically insane, and we're just letting them walk around, because that is one of the dumbest jobs ever. I mean, I appreciate the people that are teachers because we do need the babysitters,
no, literally.
but that is the most ungratifying job ever. Like I like, you don't get paid shit. You have to deal with teenagers that are going through puberty.
Or toddlers.
Assholes.
I mean, no, the toddlers are fine, bro. I'm telling you, toddlers are fine.
Toddlers are alright.
Yo, it's
the middle schoolers and the high schoolers.
It's these high school kids that are just raging with hormones and lust and rage, and you just got to deal with this shit, right? Like, yo, most of them come from broken homes, and like, yo, it seems like a fucking nightmare, man. You know what I mean? Yo, how do you teach somebody fucking trigonometry and calculus when all they're thinking about is like fucking the girl sitting 2 chairs from them? You know what I mean? Like, you know how hard that is?
My boy got jerked off in the back of my math class in middle school. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Like,
yeah,
in class?
in class. Like right behind me.
That's
You're just
terrible.
watching like a creep?
No, nigga. I was like, what the fuck is
You took
going
a
on here?
glimpse. You took a glimpse.
I turned around. I saw her hand. I was like, okay.
You didn't do a double take?
Let me move my seat.
You didn't do a double take.
Huh?
You didn't do a double take.
No,
Like,
I did a double take when I got up and moved. That's what I did.
Nah, he moved closer.
I couldn't get no closer when they're directly behind me.
I don't know. Like, can I get parts in this shit? Like, she got 2 hands.
I thought about it.
That's terrible. No, definitely. I think definitely inner city too. But then if like, I feel like as a black woman, I don't want to go teach in Simsbury. They gonna look at me like this black lady. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I hear you on that, but I feel like they probably be like respectful. You know what I mean? Like the high school I went to,
where'd you go?
Wilby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah,
went to
you were the
Crosby.
disrespectful.
Oh no, I was the. I'm the
you.
person I'm talking about. I was the problem. Yo, I remember like first day of school, a teacher saw me in their class, like, oh fuck, this dickhead.
No, but the point of the story was that, like, sometimes college degrees does work out, but some people just go to college
You gotta
just
have a
because
plan, yo.
that's the big.
Mhm.
That's a big part of it is having a plan.
Yo, so you said you got your ideal job
Mhm.
and you make good money. Now I'm gonna ask you a personal question
Mhm.
that most people feel very uncomfortable when they get asked.
Mhm.
What is good money to you? How much do you make a year?
Right now I make like 60,000.
Okay,
Um,
you're like you're like slightly above the medium.
yeah.
Actually, you're above the medium for men because men in America make about an average of $60,000 a year, while females make about $47,000 a year. So you're doing like you're way ahead for a woman. But we'll get into the
That's
pay
kinda
gap a little
sexist,
bit.
but,
I'm just going off the stats. That's not these aren't my words.
No, definitely.
No, I'm definitely sexist, but I'm not in this situation. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I really feel blessed with it. And like I feel like because I went for something that I wanted to do, that I was able to do that. Like I really was. I did not want to go to college. Like, you know what I mean? But then again, like I felt like if I wouldn't have, then I wouldn't have been able to get this job. At the end of the day, too, though, I do eventually want to, do my own thing. Obviously, with the film,
Be your own boss.
be my own
Like
boss.
these Uber
Being
drivers.
Exactly.
an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Exactly. But I think it's good to like kind of study under somebody, like, and get that experience. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
Yo, so you don't have a college degree, right?
No.
Yo, do you ever feel embarrassed by it?
Sometimes, yeah.
You actually like?
Yeah, like especially when when you're around a group of people, like you were talking about my new situation where like you're in a group of people and people are talking about like all of the stuff that they did, like, and I'm like, hey, I don't have a college degree, but then come to find out I turn out to make more than them, so it's like,
Yo, you shouldn't be ashamed of that because there's so many opportunities that you could thrive from without a
Right.
college degree nowadays. Like, it's not like back 50 years ago where like you absolutely needed a college degree to make money.
yeah. I mean,
And-
that's something that I realized. But my thing is that, like I said, it's just the whole me being marketable type of thing. Like, if I quit my job today or my job fires me, God forbid, like I'm at the bottom of the barrel again.
Nah, but you
know?
got experience. A
That's
lot
what
of
they
time,
say.
like,
That's
yo,
what they- that's what-
experience.
That's what people say,
Yo, the
but that's
thing
not
is-
what the hiring manager says.
Yo, experience will get your foot in the door. The degree is what's gonna get you paid.
But the
I
other
mean,
thing
yeah,
is,
but that doesn't help him. Then. So he'll get through the door. He just won't get paid.
When I say get paid like what you want.
I was like,
making.
You may be onto something.
Yeah, but
I'm here to bring
Just
the
rain
rain
on the
on
parade.
the other thing is like, I'm like you talk about YouTube Academy. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you could just learn so much, but I just follow these people on YouTube and like they didn't go to college and they're doing like real estate shit and they're making like, depending on where they live, they're making like 100,000 a transaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's certain fields that like you really don't need a degree. Like real estate is definitely one of those things where it's like it's important to own property, period. And I think if you're a real estate agent, you're just getting paid off those transaction. So I'm totally like, I think whatever you want to do, like, do it. You don't need college, but I think it's helpful in certain situations.
But yo, you know who doesn't have a college degree?
Who?
LeBron James. Kobe didn't have a degree.
Yeah, but they have
Kevin
special.
Durant.
They have a direction. Like,
all right.
That's the thing.
You know what's actually kind of ironic that you're saying
Bill
that, right?
Gates.
Like, most of the world's wealthiest people are actually only have a high school diploma, if that.
right.
It is kind of like just weird, right? That like you associate degrees with wealth, right?
Yep.
Right.
But typically the wealthiest people are the least educated. Like even Mark Zuckerberg, like, he went to
Mark
like
Zuckerberg.
college for like a year or some shit, right? And then
Mhm.
dropped out.
Yo, he was smart enough to say, "Fuck this! Like I could make real money
Mhm.
without a college degree."
You know, that's what fucks up most of the people that like are around that age group. It's like, you know what? Like,
You
Mark Zuckerberg didn't do it.
you
Have
think
to
you're
go to
gonna
college,
be,
so
you think you're
I
gonna be
don't
the
got
next
to.
one, right?
Exactly. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I never really had that mindset not going to school. It was just like more so, like I said, the opportunity to make more
I mean,
money.
yo, like, so my highest level of education is an associate's degree, right? So it's funny that you say like you've been embarrassed because, you know, you don't have a degree, right?
Right.
I mean, I would say I haven't been too embarrassed, but
Right.
it is kind of funny to me sometimes where like I've been around people that've like gone to college like in Quinnipiac,
Mhm.
Cornell.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've seen like I've hung around with people that like have gone to really prestigious colleges, right? And then when it comes to your turn, like, yeah, like where'd you go? Naugatuck Valley. Like, you know what I mean? Like community college, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes like I feel like I could see where like you could be embarrassed, right? Where people have gone like they've done like all these like crazy studies and like all these prestigious schools, and then like you just went to like a community college like 2 miles from your house. But yo, then it is really funny that it comes down to the pay, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, and these all right. The first question is, yo, where'd you go? Then the second is how much you're making.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, you like put in so much more work and time
Mhm.
than I
And
did,
money.
right?
Right.
But
You drove a Honda to get to the destination while they drove a Ferrari, but y'all
Yeah.
both at the same
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
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 it's like, yo, like for the amount of school that I did, yo, the amount of money that I make is like pretty good. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I make a good amount of money just from an associate's degree. And my thing, I lucked out because like, you know, community college is cheap. So I didn't have like the crazy student loan debt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's one benefit that I'm happy about is that like some of my friends that had student loans, like some of them actually ended up coming out having student loans and then going back to school. And that's one thing I lucked up with is just not having student loans due to, I guess, you know, being part of a low income family, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
going to school for free.
Yeah, shout out to the poorest.
Mama,
But you
thank
know what? Them shits is getting deferred. Like, I'm deferring them. Just keep deferring them.
What does defer mean? Is it like you just said, fuck it,
Pay
I'm not
later?
paying this shit?
Like, I don't know. Eventually, I do want to pay them off
Right.
just to like to get out of debt. But like, it's not really bad debt. Like, I was able to like buy a condo with it. You know what I mean? So like, the way that they look at student loans these
Yep.
days is kind of like it's debt, but
It helps
They
your
don't really-
credit. It helps your credit score.
yeah.
It's an account, and the more accounts you have, the better your credit score is going to be.
So Manny, how much student loans did you have when you graduated?
Like 60.
And do you think that the student loan, I guess the amount that you paid was worth it for how much you make now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I chose a degree that like pays.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't walk around like with my degree on my chest or anything. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I just seen it as like a way of making money. I didn't even know what
But that's not
engineering
bad
was.
though for a master's. 60, like altogether.
Yeah,
That's
it was
not
all
that
together.
bad.
I got some assistant. Like, I was part of the course, working my way up.
You know, it's crazy. Now your kids aren't going to be part of the poorest.
Nah, they gonna be part of the course. Because if I had to work for it, like my kids are gonna have to work for it.
No, but it
Like,
goes based
No,
off
I'm
of their
saying, but
parents'
like,
income.
you
though.
got assistance because your parents didn't have it.
Oh,
So you're
yeah.
like fucking your kids 2 times over.
Nah, I told them to get a scholarship or something.
Play a sport, do something.
Yeah.
Do you know how much debt you had after graduating?
Yeah, 0.
Really?
Mm.
You
Oh,
were paying it.
Yeah, I
as you
paid.
were-
Yo, bro, it was like $300 to get like to go to Valley. Like, you could sell like a dime bag a day and like make it through community college, bro. It's the shit.
how much it would have cost if you didn't pay anything while you were gone? Do you know?
Oh, probably like 8,000 or some shit like
Total?
that for like because I got the medical program that I was in is for respiratory. It's a 2-year program, so you have to take like some prerequisite classes to
Sure.
like, you know, because you got to apply. That's the only hard thing, right? Like you got to be smart as fuck, you got to be amazing and shit like that to
Right.
get into the program, right? And be humble. Most importantly, the
Right.
humble. But
How the fuck did you make it?
for obvious reasons. But that's the only tough thought. Like they only accept like 20 people out of like whatever many applicants, right? So, but once you get in, it's just like straight 2 years. You graduate. Most hospitals need employees at all times because there's just like such a high turnover rate for hospitals. And then boom, like you're in it. You know, and you're like off, bro. I think, and this is on the low end because I just didn't know any better. Like when I graduated college, right? I was making $24 an hour. Yeah. Like for 2 years of college, you know what I mean? So my income went from like 30, not even 30, probably like $20,000 a year or some shit to like
at $24 an hour, you're way above.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying before I got this associate's degree, right? Before I started working. See, I was making like, 14 or 15 doing like working in group home shit. You feel me? Like, Waterbury's pastime job. So like my income like doubled in like a fucking week, you feel me, once I graduated. And like I was like, damn. And I blew so much of that money, like because when you first get money, you don't even know how to like I ain't know how to act, nigga.
Shit, I paid off my debt. That's what
I had no debt, bro. I had no debt. Right. Bro, I would literally go around smacking people with money like, yo, shut the fuck up. I mean, I wish
they just took it, didn't they?
What? Hell yeah.
Start picking that shit up.
Yeah. Step on that shit, like drag it over there.
Bro, living at home with your parents making $45,000, fucking amazing.
I mean, I was out I was out like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like,
but it's also relative too, right? You're making $40,000 a year, and you're only like what 24, 24, right? At that time, to me like 24. I mean, what do you say? 40, like $24 an hour.
Yeah.
To me like right now, I wouldn't even take a job making that much. So it's all like relative.
But it's also like 8 years ago.
Yeah. So like as you get older, like your status is gonna keep changing. And like
what you require.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's funny, like your requirement for pay goes up as you get older, right? It's really because like you're elevating your lifestyle. Like if you keep your lifestyle the same, you probably wouldn't need that much of a like crazy difference in hourly rate.
I mean, do you think you could live off of that 45,000 today?
I think if I was like in the most chillest lifestyle ever, you know what I mean? Like if I didn't want to like travel and just live how I want to live, I feel like that's the shit, right? Like, what did you like go to college for? Like obviously to get like your ideal job, right? And get paid what you want to get paid, but like you want to live a certain lifestyle or not?
I'm really like simple. Like it's kind of crazy. Like.
But see, that's like everybody's got that answer. I'm really simple.
No, but like I like honestly, even if I say like, if I ever made a lot of money, I wouldn't go crazy. Like, and I know like everybody says that, but I don't think I would. Like, I would just get like 4 tiny houses, like right, because I'm really obsessed with tiny houses, and I'll get mad land.
Are you talking about like the ones that like are made out of like kind of vans type shit?
Nah, not that tiny. Okay, like I mean, I wouldn't even have to be that small, but I don't want a big ass house. Like I want a decent sized house. You know what I mean? Not super big, but I really just want a lot of land. Like my thing now is like I really want to get to the point where I'm able to be like self sustaining, like growing my own food and stuff. Because I just think that's how they're keeping us like
in bondage.
And it's crazy because like you go to the grocery store, we don't even know where the food comes from. Like it says imported from here, but like we don't know where it's coming from. We don't know what it's being sprayed with. And to me, that's like really important. Yeah. So for me, like I think if I could be self-sustaining in that way, that I wouldn't need a lot of money.
It's people like her that actually end up getting a lot of money. Like it's the people that don't really want a lot of money, that want to just live like the most minimalistic lifestyle, that end up
play the lotto with that attitude, you're gonna make it.
Lucking up and getting a lot of money.
I hope so.
See, like I want that, right? Like I definitely want that lifestyle, but I also want that fucking flexing lifestyle. Like I want to live like, it's like I be torn, because I want to live like a humble life, but at the same time, like I just want to I want to experience.
But you could do both, like
everything. But you need to live an extravagant lifestyle, right? In America, like I want to be able to go to like France tomorrow. You feel me? Like no questions asked. Like and like not.
But if you live simple here, then you could. If you live simple here and real minimal here, then you could travel a lot.
Your expenses aren't that high. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Nah, but I'm talking about like,
how much do you feel like you need to make?
How much I need to make to live like the best version of my life?
Yep.
I would say $400,000.
All right. Yeah.
I'm about 380 away.
I feel like that's a good number. Like 400, between like 500 to 400, that's a good number. You could do pretty much anything you want.
Like,
No,
what's your,
definitely.
all
I
right,
might want the
what's
private
your
jet.
what's your ideal salary?
I just said it, like between 500 to 4.
Okay, how
What is-
about you?
And it's very doable. by the way.
Honestly, like
Making $400,000 a
yeah,
year?
it's
I'm
doable.
not gonna share my company's name right now because I
You don't-
hopefully they don't see this. But their net worth.
Hopefully they do. We won't try to
No,
get this
right?
shit around.
No. Their net worth is like 11 million. Like, right? And
That's
there's
actually a pretty small company though.
it is. It's a super small company. So like they got money, you know what I mean? I'm thinking like, honestly, I need to make at least $1 million a year at some point.
Damn, you're
You're
just
gonna be-
double
No,
our
no.
shit. Yo,
You're gonna be
listen,
10% of
100
their
acres
net
of
worth.
land.
yo, you see what I mean though? I said everybody starts off simple, right?
No, but I wouldn't spend it like crazy though. Like I would, put some money. Like I would just build wealth. I wouldn't spend it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause that's the like not no race shit, but like a lot of white people do that. Like they don't. Not a lot of white people. Let me take that back.
Not say that shit.
But like there's this movement of like
Yeah, white
mostly white people, and it's called like FIRE or something.
Oh,
and
I
it's
heard
like
of that.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like financial independence, retire early.
Yep.
But they like ride bikes to work and they don't have no cars and like you know what I mean? They're very like
They're frugal.
They're super frugal and they got money. And not saying that I don't want a car, like you know what I mean, but I think like if I made $1 million a year, which is a goal, like I wouldn't spend it like crazy, and I wouldn't live in Beverly Hills, like you know what I mean. That's not like my goal.
Okay. Yo, what's your ideal salary?
I don't know, bro. I feel like so I say ideally maybe 500K, but I feel like if once I hit that, it's gonna be like I want more. So
Not right.
It's funny, yo. Like all three of us are around the same, right? But the most simplest person is double our income.
I mean, she wants 10% of her company's net worth, bro. Like,
Pretty
that's-
much. Yeah, yo.
Basically,
She's like, y'all gonna pay me
listen,
for
man,
my
I need
fucking
a
work.
raise. Like,
I get that 2% raise they give out every ain't cutting it for you.
No, I think like 500K. I think that's like not easy, but I think that's like
Obtainable.
obtainable.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's not too far off. Obviously, I would love to make more than that, but like 500K
See,
is not that bad.
I don't even like that y'all are saying that shit. Like it's easy. It's like I think it's
No,
obtainable.
we said it's attainable. Nobody said
I
it's
think
easy.
you said it easy. I think you did say it was easy.
All right. Well,
And you just said it.
I meant to say
I started
obtainable.
to, but then I said
Okay.
obtainable.
It's obtainable because like all you gotta really do is start a business, right? And be successful, or
Which
be
is
the
like-
top 20%,
Mm.
right?
Yo, but that right there, right? Like how many businesses fail?
80%.
Exactly, right? Like so
Right.
it's not
But it's obtainable. Like if you get a business that people want to buy things from you, or just like something that you're offering the public, you could make that much because all you have to start doing is just hiring people.
I mean, isn't that the
Make-
motto for the lotto? Like, if you don't play, you don't win.
all right, there are
Right.
bars out here.
The lotto?
I don't know. If you don't play, you don't win. So, like, if you don't try
Yeah.
to at least, you know,
Yeah,
be
if you
that
don't try,
business-
you're not
play.
gonna make it.
I play. I try to play at least every payday, yo.
Really,
Yo,
It's
I lose every
yo,
payday.
Yo, you gotta shoot the score, bro. You gotta shoot the score. That's how I look at it.
now that DraftKings is open, I'm up there playing blackjack. Like it's kind of dangerous.
You on the DraftKings app?
The casino one.
I haven't actually used it. I actually own some of their stock, so I'm hoping. Yeah,
mm.
keep doing it. Keep wasting your money on that
Yeah.
shit. Like drive my stock up. They've been doing horrible.
Really?
But
Really?
yeah, the stock itself has been doing bad.
Oh wow.
Maybe
You
it's
would
like
think
the
so.
not the real experience, so people like aren't really fucking with it. Like
No,
that.
they're doing bad for other reasons. They actually tried to buy like $1 billion company over in Europe, which failed. So they just drove their stock down.
The purchase fail.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I mean, it's a
it'll
fire-
come up.
it's a
It'll
fire
come up.
sale
It'll
right
come
now.
up.
I don't know. So is
GameStop?
that 500K for you guys? Is that like net or gross?
That would have to be gross.
Really?
Yeah. That would have to be gross.
$500,000 before taxes.
Yeah.
Yo, I know for a fact, yo, if like right now, right, I got capped at $500,000 for the rest of my life, yo, I'd be fine with it because I know I could flip that money.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't even need to make the million because I could make it like in other ways off the 500.
Right.
I mean, yo, right now, right, you've got 500K, bro. You could literally buy like 5 $100,000 condos, right? Like right there, and that's like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm talking about. Like if you want, almost kind of want to pay off like 90% of their mortgage. You feel me? Obviously, you can spread out that $500 like K in a lot more property. But just like off you, if you want to pay off like 5 properties off the bat, that's like 5 incomes right there. Like that could just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you could build off that. And that's like yearly, you could kill it.
Yeah.
No, definitely. That's like passive income too. At
Yeah.
that point, you could live in like the Philippines and live lavish.
I mean, yo, that's my thing about life, yo. Like, it's tough, right? Yo, I think especially for men, right? Like, I think we also talked about that, right? Because you think like now women, and I actually agree with you. Women of this generation are definitely more motivated financially than the women of previous generations. Like, I feel like y'all are like on the chase for your own bag. You feel me? Like, y'all don't want to depend on men, right? Y'all are Miss Independent. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to be submissive, but that's another episode, right? Like, we don't gotta get into that. Just check that shit out. But
Right.
I'm saying y'all on your own mission, which I agree with, right? But it's funny because the thing about like, yo, have you ever looked at an older couple, right? Like an older couple. Have y'all noticed something about the men and the women in that relationship?
In terms of what?
Just physically. Like if you look at
the man looks terrible,
Beat down.
and the women
Exactly,
look
right?
fucked up.
have you looked at that? Like, yo, most older men, right? They're like walking with a cane, they're in a wheelchair, right? While the woman's like just
Peppy.
peppy, walking, still going on her fucking jogs in the morning, right? Going to bingo and all that shit. The guy is like on life support. Yo, and that's like the end result of like chasing the bag for
Right.
most men. You feel me? Like, yo, because think about it, right? Men are like taught at an early age to chase the bag, right? Like that's just, it's like engraved in us, right? Like we got to be the provider and all this other shit, right? But there's consequences to that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, if, all right, you work your whole life, right? You finally get like this ideal salary, but then you're fucking like physically done.
Yeah. You burnt
Right?
out.
Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. You feel me? Like I try to work smarter, not harder. Like even when I'm at work, yo, I sit down every chance I get. Like just I try to waste as much company time as I can, yo.
6 shits a day. They say like
Great
if you
point.
take a certain amount of shits, you get paid for like a week free.
Yeah.
A week for shitting or some shit like that.
Best time to take a shit. At work.
At work.
The only time you're gonna get paid. Get paid to take a shit.
So like I'm glad that women are like as financially motivated as men now because like yo, like if you're like a couple, right? Like that's 2 incomes that are like working towards your goal. You feel me? Like you're gonna get there a lot quicker than if it was just if like a couple is just waiting on the man to like hit those financial goals.
You think so? I don't
think
agree
so?
with that. No, I think like I think that's it depends on the type of guy because I feel like some like me if my whoever she is decides that she wants to work as hard as me or even work harder than me, I'm still gonna be working just as hard because
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
but y'all gonna reach your goal a lot quicker.
yeah, but I'm saying that it's still gonna deteriorate. It's gonna like
You don't
play.
think so?
You don't think I'm gonna work as hard?
No, not you, but
Oh.
like in general, like men, people are generally lazy,
Really?
right? If my girl could make all the money, I'm chilling.
Really?
I'm all right with that. I'm chilling, bro.
I don't know, bro.
I'll take care of the
love
kids.
to
I'll be a
work,
stay-at-home
bro.
dad.
Yeah.
You love to work.
I love work. I'm not actively going to work, but I like keeping
You a
busy and
victim,
doing
bro.
stuff.
You a victim.
Bro,
It's the brainwashing, bro. It's
telling you
it's
right
the
now, bro.
invisible chains they have on me, man. I don't know. Like I like to stay busy and I like to keep working. I feel like that's when you stop moving, that's when your body deteriorates even
You get
faster.
hobbies, man.
Yeah, travel.
I guess, but I don't know. As a hobby is going to generate money, maybe.
Not if your wife making a month.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm all for
Yo.
I'm all for women like making like money and being financially motivated. If we a fucking team, like, cause we both combine our resources. Yo, that's what. Like, I don't get why dudes like hate like this female movement to get more money. Cause
Yeah.
like, yo, if that's your girl and she getting more money, like y'all both getting more money. Cause now y'all could both buy that house, pay that shit a lot earlier, get another crib. I think
it's
her money. Your money is her money. Her money is her money. That's how it works. She's not gonna spend it on like financially savvy things. 90% of women won't.
Do you disagree with that? You think? All right, so
She's gonna buy a farm.
Yo, so you're
and some exotic chickens for $1 million.
No, really.
Yo, so you're saying that you're saying that women are not financially motivated, right? They're So let me ask you this: women are financially motivated? I agree with you on that, but are they financially smart enough with their money yet?
It depends on the age, and again, I obviously I don't think that's always the case because I think people mature at different. Like, honestly, I'm only 23, right? I have my kids young, so that kind of changed my mentality of like I have to like provide for them. Like if I was 23 right now, I didn't have no kids, I probably wouldn't even have
Probably a bottle girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Literally, no shade, because it's a bag, you know what I mean? It's a bag. But
the bag is the bag.
But like,
put the bag in the bag, bag it up.
But like at the same time, I don't think I would have like tried to look into like, can I purchase a property? I think would have been like, I'm just gonna go rent somewhere, like, you know what I mean? And I think always keeping my kids in mind, like it kind of just helped me to be more financially like savvy with like trying to make better decisions. But then again, I think of my generation, speaking from like a 23-year-old, I don't think niggas is on the same page as we are as females. I think it takes.
Like that.
That
talk.
No, I'm just saying. I think it takes time for guys to mature as women mature. Like, you know what I mean? I think we mature faster.
She talking to the bums right
now.
now.
No, I'm just saying. No shade, but like
shade taken out. Go ahead.
I think women mature faster. But then again, I think if you're a woman and you kind of do have a guy that's just like taking care of you, you're not gonna be like, all right, how can I invest this money in this way, or how can I? You know what I mean? I think when you're trying to get it yourself, women. I think so.
Yo, actually, that's fucking point. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, you're 23 and you just bought a property. That's fucking.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. Yo, nah, bro. I'm thinking about it. Yo, because when I was 25 and I graduated college and I was making hella money, nigga, that wasn't even a thought.
Hookah. How much hookah could this buy?
Word. I'm like, yo, pussy costs $40. That's what y'all saying? Like this, we lit. Like it. Yo. Honestly, you just spit some bars, yo. Cause
she definitely did.
Yo, I would honestly like at that age, like I wasn't even thinking about no property. Like I just recently bought a property, like at 29. You feel me? So I could see that. Yo, I guess women do mature more than men. You feel me?
Mm.
But like you said, you matured quickly because you had a kid.
Yeah,
and
I had a kid.
You're a different nigga. You're a different type of nigga.
Built different.
No, but you know what? I think I had to step up. You know what I mean? Like I had to, as the woman, I had to step up.
I mean, you said you got one?
I got two.
Oh, maybe that second one got me right.
Yeah.
Really?
The second one got me. I only had one. You feel me? Fuck it.
There's no room for error.
Yeah. All right. If I had two, all right. I'll take some of that back. Take some of the compliment back.
So, random question: do you think you'll ever be okay with being a stay-at-home mom? Like, let's just say you get with a guy and
definitely,
yeah, definitely,
really, like, you make no income. You're okay with that?
I would still have to be able to make like films on the side. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't really consider that work.
Like, sell cookies,
yeah.
Cookies,
knickknacks, and stuff. Like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe no. I think honestly, like how I was raised, like my mom's a stay-at-home mom, and like I think there's a lot of benefits to it because like she was always around, you know, always making sure like everything was in order and stuff. But also I think it kind of takes away from your own independence as a human, like, you know what I mean? Like, and she has a beautiful life and everything, beautiful grandchildren, and she's happy. But for me personally, I think as a creative person, I can't just sit still.
I mean, we always think about like the stay-at-home mom or the stay-at-home person as like, you know, the partner making an absurd amount of money. But what about like if they're like just like, I don't know, $100,000? Like, do you think like you're okay with being a stay-at-home parent or stay-at-home wife if, you know, you have to make some sacrifices on like your purchases and like, you know, spending and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I think that's a decent amount. It depends on the size of the family, obviously, but I honestly, I can't really say that I'm okay with being a stay-at-home mom right now.
Okay.
Because I think maybe at some point, but I just think like I'm just too
motivated.
Yeah, like I can't like just sit right now.
Bro, yo, tell me, these new women, they build different, bro. They want to have their own bag. They want to have their own.
But
money.
I do see a lot of benefits to being a stay-at-home mom.
No, there is.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, I honestly think the benefits of being a stay-at-home mom, dad are fucking endless, man.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Would you be okay with it?
Me?
Yeah. Would you be a stay-at-home
Hell
dad?
yeah. That's like my goal. Bro, I want you to think about this, right? Like, like me, like I got 2 kids, right? I fucking love my kids. You feel me?
Right.
Like I love chilling with them. Like you telling me like I'm gonna pretty much get paid, right? To just chill with my kids and watch cartoons, which I like I watch anime all day. You feel me? Like so,
Right.
like I'm gonna have to watch anime with my kids. We have to fucking like cook and just chill. Like, like where is the negative? Like I like point it out. You feel? Oh, independence. Shorty got it. Like, what you like, babe, can I get the debit card, the credit card? Like, yeah. Like,
I mean, what if you want to go out with your boys and she say, nah, nigga, you staying home tonight?
what?
What if you want to go out with your niggas and she say, nah, nigga, you staying home tonight?
I'm still going out.
Well, what money?
What?
Well, what money?
The money that the side chick giving me. I don't know. Like, if she started pulling some funny, obviously, if she started pulling some funny shit like that, then
Right.
like that's a no go, right? But like,
Right.
yo, if you're in a healthy relationship, right, like your partner should be all right with you still going out and doing and living your own life, even though if
Right.
it's
Give
on
you like an
their
allowance
dime,
or some
right?
shit like that?
What?
Give you like an allowance or something like that?
Yeah, like give me like I'll take a $800 like a week allowance.
A week?
Yeah,
That's a whole paycheck.
What?
That's a paycheck for some people.
She better pick up some overtime. Fuck that.
What about you, man? Manu, are you okay with being a stay-at-home dad?
Bro, I would be perfectly content with that.
Really?
I wouldn't even put my clothes on in the morning. Just get up.
Just the boxers.
Just the boxers. Yeah, I'd put the TV on and go do whatever the fuck it is I had to do.
Bro, you know
No
how
problem.
good a shape I'd be in you?
Really?
You just work out every day.
No, I'd be fat.
Nah,
I'd be fat. I'd definitely be fat. Like I wouldn't work out.
Bro, I
Like,
go
there's
play-
no reason to.
I go play ball, to go on hikes. Like it's just a dream, yo. But to switch it over to kind of a related topic, I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think about like grown adults that have like low income jobs? You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Define low.
Yeah.
so
'Cause
you
it's
go
relative.
all right. Y'all go out to eat, right? Y'all been out to eat, right?
Yeah.
When you go out to eat, right, and you see your waiter or waitress, right, they're like fucking 45, 50, right? Like, as their full-time job. Like,
Right.
it's insane to me. Like, me personally, right? Like, how bad have things gone that at this big age, this is what your full-time
This
job
big
is?
age.
Just big.
And it's like, I'm really not trying to be insulting, right? Like,
Right.
but it's crazy to me that, like, people, like, adults, right,
Yeah.
are working these jobs.
But no, that's actually a great point because I don't understand how they're doing it. Because I cannot picture making whatever they're making. Like what do they make? Like 40,000 a
Bro,
year?
they're making whatever you fucking live them as a tip. That's what they're making.
Yeah. Nah, they make like what, $7 an hour?
No, man, I think they make like 50 cents every 30 seconds. I don't know.
Whatever.
It ain't much.
I personally,
It's
I
like
don't
$5
get
an hour,
it.
$6 an hour, somewhere around there.
I don't get it. Like they're living paycheck to paycheck, like 80% of Americans.
That's like slavery.
but it's like, yo,
low-key.
so,
Whoa.
yo, think about
whoa.
how
Nah,
many-
low-
They can leave at the end of the day, right? Let's not compare it to slavery.
Nah, but the wage is just too low, man. Like, I mean, but I hear like McDonald's, like, you know how there's always like that older person working at McDonald's, like
Yeah.
in that age bracket. Like, I heard that managers make straight money.
Nah, man, I think managers in almost every field make some good money, but like, I'm telling you, whenever I fucking go to like Wendy's and it's like the guy making the fries that's like 60 years old, and it's like, yo, I think there's like, not to be too harsh, right? I think there's obviously different circumstances where, like, you know, you're an immigrant or like you,
Right,
you
right,
did
right.
some time in jail or
Mhm.
prison, you feel me? Like shit. But yo, there are some people like that, like things weren't that bad in their life, right? Like, and this is like, I know people personally, right, that I went to high school with, right, have this same opportunity, actually most likely better than me, and like they're in these jobs, and it's just like, bro,
Yo,
why?
Yo, lack of ambition. They're not ambitious.
That might
Yo,
be it.
they become content. Like they get that paycheck, and it's easier to not do anything, right? Like I said, if I would stay at home, I would be a stay-at-home dad, right? Because people are just generally lazy. But you got to have some sort of ambition and time, and like allocate your time to like being progressive. Otherwise, you're not gonna do shit. Like you're gonna be stuck in that dead end job with people you hate that talk shit about
Yo,
you,
imagine you
and
being,
then he's gonna start talking shit about you.
imagine you being 55 and your manager's like 16.
Mm.
That's a
I mean,
thing.
I dealt with
Yeah.
that, bro. As being a manager, I was like,
I don't
what,
know about 16, but
24, and most of some older people were like 60.
Do they hate you?
Nah, I don't think so.
nah, they don't give a fuck,
I'm a likable
man.
guy. bro.
I don't know. I feel like getting told what to do by like someone 20 years younger than me just seems kind of like disrespectful.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, at the end of the day, most of the time, those old people, they actually care about their job more. So you don't really got to tell them what to do for the most part. Like,
yeah, no shit, they care about their jobs more, man. They're living like like things are not good. Like they need this job.
But
they don't
what
have
if
no more insubordination inside of them?
But what if the reason why those people are at those jobs is because they're not, obviously they're not educated to know like, hey, I could be making more money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, it has to be like a mind state thing.
Education is free. That's an excuse. That is a fucking excuse. And I don't want to hear it.
I mean, look at him, yo. He just has a high school diploma. Look how far he's
No,
got.
I don't mean educated in that way. I mean like literally like if you really
good, buddy.
put yourself out there, then you know like, okay, I shouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? Like not in a college educated way, but in the way of like I'm literally slaving over the end. When you were ever, I worked at McDonald's for 3 months in high school.
3 months?
And that shit was terrible.
You quit?
Like they were flaming me because the fries weren't coming out fast enough,
Right.
and all this. And it's really a serious job. McDonald's, they take their shit serious.
I mean, now the toasters that they're paying $16.50.
Yeah. No, it's really no game. So
And the fries are like $3 more than they used to be.
no, really not.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like for people that are older and have these dead end jobs, like I think going back to what you said, I think it's lack of ambition for the most part. Like the education, like he said, is kind of always there. Like you have the opportunity to know that there are. What is he doing that makes him so much more money? And I feel like that curiosity right there, it should be enough to like spark you to want to know like what can I do to make more money. But most of the time, from the people that I've seen that make not that much money, like they are just not ambitious. Like they just really want to. They're okay. They're content with where they are. They don't want to push any further. And not to say that anything is wrong with that, because they're making.
Bro, there is something wrong with that shit.
They're making it happen. They're not robbing. They're not stealing. They're not killing. Like they're doing what they got to do.
Struggling. They're fucking struggling.
Guess what?
But maybe they're not.
They're struggling. That's it. They're bringing down their own.
They have a family to feed, bro. Like,
we're paying.
They got rent.
We're paying for their family,
bro. I'm telling you. Imagine being that old. You got like your fucking wife, your 2 kids. Like you got like. Like, how are you doing it?
I feel like some.
That's why I tip. That's why I fucking tip at restaurants.
Nah, fuck that. Yo, I tip based on performance, but I feel like some people just get caught up in life, right?
Yeah.
And then like one year after another, right? They're like, I'm gonna do this next year. I'm gonna do it this next.
All of a sudden,
that's a fact.
Yo, all of a sudden, like 20 years passes by, right? And they're still in this dead end job.
Yeah.
And they don't even notice it, and they're like, yo, they don't even look in the mirror to notice that, yo, they don't belong in this place, and they're working with a bunch of 16-year-olds.
But that's happened to me. Like, even though like I make okay money, I'm at a place where it's like, I'm comfortable, but like I'll just do it next year, or I'll just do it next year. And honestly, I actually just got a promotion recently, so I'm actually happy about that. But
they keep really doing it, bro. As soon as they know, like this guy's about to leave, they give you a
bro. I'm a cheap hoe. You just throw a little bit of money at me and you're good. Like keep me happy. But I don't know. Like back in when I was, I was an assistant manager and not really a manager. I was thinking about getting another job, and I was just like, I'm good here. Like I've been here for a while. I gotta go somewhere else and shit like that. Like
comfortability and being complacent, bro, is like the worst thing that can happen to you, man. Because that'll hold you back from progress. Because you'll just be like, why? Like why do I gotta like put myself in a stressful situation, right? Because what do they say? Like stress creates diamonds or something. Whatever the phrase is, you know what I mean?
Pressure.
Pressure creates diamonds, right? And most people don't want to be in a pressurized situation because like you're not comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about y'all, but I typically hate being uncomfortable, right? Like I don't like to put myself in situations where like I don't know the outcome, and that's usually what it is. Like if you leave a job, like that's like you're putting yourself in that situation.
I mean, but look at the place where I'm at. I feel like it's like I said, going back to like the whole $500,000 thing. It's like I'll get there and I would want more. It's like what I don't need how much money I was making before. Like I don't have kids. I live by myself. Like there's no real need for it. But because my lifestyle like pushed me towards that, is like I got comfortable being there and I wanted to, make more money beyond that. Really and truly, there's people twice my age making just as much money as me and living happily, but here I am, gotta be the greedy motherfucker that want more money.
I mean, you just know what it takes though, because I feel like in the world that we're going towards too, like they say something like, I don't know. I think with the way that they talk about money is like, if your money's not making money at this point, then you're losing it or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of like the pressure we have too. Like with the way that the future is going is like make more money, make more money, make more money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why you probably feel like that.
I probably, honestly, I was just.
It's the rat
I
race,
think
yo.
it's just in me.
The rat
Literally,
race.
yeah.
I mean, I think there's like a balance between ambition and knowing like when to stop. You know what I'm saying? Knowing when you're ahead. Because it's like, all right, it's good to be ambitious because it's going to drive you to do better for yourself, right? But then it's like, at what point, like, is it, like, are you just being greedy? You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, yo, $500,000 is a lot, you said, right? But like, all right, once you get the 500, right? Like, man, let me see if I get this mill. But then it's like, yo, at what point do you enjoy the 500? You know what I mean? That's the issue I feel like a lot of ambitious people suffer with, because it's like they don't have enough time to like enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like you like the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? Like you put in all these hours, right? But then it's like you have this certain amount in your bank account, right? But it's like, for what? Like now what?
Yo,
Yeah.
the thing about most people, right? What'd you say? Their average salary is like 45,000 a year or something like that.
Average male was 57. I
Like
think
57, right?
Female was 47.
Yeah, so that's like average. That's like just doing the like
bare minimum.
Yeah, the bare minimum, right? If you have the mentality to make $500,000 a year, yo, you have the mentality to make $1 million, because that's a big gap
Yeah.
to achieve, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's achievable, it's doable, but it's a big gap and it takes a lot of energy. So if you have that mentality to get there, you have the mentality to become a billionaire. You might not get there, but you're gonna thrive to like do more, because that's the mindset that you already have.
But I think also, like, when you reach those numbers, like, you have more disposable income to actually like invest and to reach that stuff further. Like, most of the time when you're making $50,000, $57,000,
You're barely making it.
like,
Yo, in
you're
our state, you are barely. You're poor. You're poor. You're basically poor.
Yeah, all of your money is like tied up to like bills. You're not broke, but like you gotta, at the end of it, like your bills are paid, your rent is paid, your condo fees are paid, your
brand new BMW is paid.
Yeah, like all of this stuff, and it's like, what do you net at the end of that versus somebody making 500,000?
I mean, look at this, right?
Yeah.
Right, you have most people, right? Most people have student loans, right? So you have your student loan payments, right? Say you have a mortgage, right? You have that. You have your car payment, right? You have your insurance. You have your phone bill.
Your light
right?
bill.
You want to eat, right? You got to fucking eat.
Yeah.
You gotta go out.
Even that, right? Say you're humble about that, right? You don't really go out like that.
Okay.
You just try to, right? And then you want to watch TV, right? You got to have some type of form of entertainment at the house, right? Yo, that's like 8 things. Like, yo, as soon as your check comes out, right? Like, it's 8 things just like pulling at it right away, right? So, yo, what do you even have left?
Right.
Like,
Which is why I said, like, the 500, if you're at 500,000, $1 million is going to be a lot easier to reach versus.
Unless you get a fucking mansion that like the mortgage is like $20,000 a month, like, and it's like, yo, then you're just as yo. You know what's funny, yo? Some people make $500,000 a year, right? And some people make $50,000 a year, but like they actually live the kind of the same lifestyle and stress wise, right? Because by the end of like the month, right, their money's pretty much all gone, right? Because they're both living like a similar lifestyle, but just in different incomes.
Yeah, there's more month at the end of the money.
That's what they say. Like, you know, it's really
like that.
You really have to change your lifestyle when you want to make more money. Like, because if you continually live a life of like just spending money frivolously, you're not gonna really have anything to retain. It's not what you make; it's what you retain, or something like that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
really.
sure.
All right. So before we wrap this up, I do have a question, and I'm glad there's a woman in here because it mostly applies to you, right? So a while back, I think I was scrolling through something and I saw it like a woman said, yo, women should get more PTO or days off for their periods. What do you think about that?
I think she need to look into some type of medication for that type. Because I don't know what type of period.
Really?
she
So
got.
you disagree with that?
I mean, I'll take it, but
I mean, obviously you take it.
But no, I think that's cap. Like, it's
You
not
think
that
that's cap?
bad. It's not that bad.
I think that's sexist.
I mean, some women say it's excruciating.
because you're a
and
woman?
they can't stop them from working.
Then they need to look into some type of marijuana or something like that.
Some
Like-
edibles,
No,
shout out to my
some-
guy.
Nah, but I hear that men, although they don't have period, they have certain times of the month where they experience like
What?
no, seriously, you gotta look into it. Men have certain types of like, you know how like a woman's time of the month, like she might get emotional, or like a man has a similar cycle, but it's
Really?
not, obviously he's not bleeding and there's no pain and whatever.
So yeah, when your dick is dicking, you know, you just
When you get stuck in traffic, Get some time off for that.
I'll say I'm moody.
You
Like
gotta look into it. I'm
once
serious.
a month or so. Once a month, I lose my shit.
No, really, really, it's
I
similar.
PMS once a month.
Is this like a thing?
No, really look into it. And
Is there a name for it?
no, just look up like men's
Myriads.
time of the month.
Really? I wonder if I have a time of the month.
It could also be like a they say it goes with like the moon cycle too. I don't know how true
Really?
it is. Like when
Damn. So I'm so surprised that you like disagree with that. Like I
I
feel
just
like
think
most,
it's a little bit.
there was
much.
like so many women in the comments like, yeah, girl, we need like, an extra 2 days off or an extra 2 days off a month.
None of
because
them
our
ever
period-
probably had a kid. Like
Huh?
none of them ever probably had a kid.
What do you mean?
Like once you have a kid, like the period pain isn't that bad. Like you know what I mean.
We got a
like-
fucking soldier in the building here.
I went through labor. I could deal with period pain.
y'all bitching about bleeding?
Trying
Blood?
to push the baby
Blood?
out you.
Dropping kids out here.
No, but I do know that, like you said, some women have like different pain tolerance or whatever. Like, and just mine is that bad. So, like,
You know, I've seen that argument before, and I kind of felt bad. I was like, maybe she should get like a day or so. But then I was like, it's not that fair to me. That
no, it's
I gotta
not.
bust
I mean, like,
my ass
sorry,
every
that's
day.
why I was glad you were here because, fuck, you, these periods ain't shit. We got confirmation from a woman, because I was just gonna be like, fuck all that shit, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't gonna be credible because I'm a man, I don't go through it.
Mhm.
But now we got a woman on our side, yeah, fuck the periods, man. Shit light.
But don't you guys think that it's a bit sexist that they're getting this privilege just for being a woman?
Disprivileged.
I
as
think
well.
sexist is a strong word.
Well, think
Wait,
all right,
but how are they being disprivileged though?
because they have their period, right? They're getting something
But
that us guys don't.
I
get.
don't think
That's
most women
equality.
choose
That's not
periods.
that's not
No.
disprivileged.
But all right. So like, that's like saying it's just an additional thing that they're getting that men don't get. Like
Yeah.
if they were to get that, right? That's sexist. I think it's sexist. Like it's separating the fact that you're a woman in the workplace, and you're getting this additional
Mhm.
privilege.
And I think
I see what you mean.
if
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
I see.
just
If
because
they
you're
got
a
it. I thought you meant currently right
no,
now.
if they got it right,
Okay.
it's sexist because just because you're a woman and you got a period, now you get 2 days off out of the month.
no, I think if you're like a CEO, like if say the woman's a CEO, right, and every month she has to take off like these extra times just to like, and even if you're not a CEO, whatever your job is like, I guess you're taking off from, I mean, what should be done every month. You know what I mean? Like it's like I just feel like it's extra.
I mean, I don't think it's like it's honestly it is like it's hard for me to really speak on it because like I don't know what period pains are like. You feel me?
I've seen fully functional women at work like with their period.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, but what's
fully
their
functional.
Yeah,
You
but
wouldn't even know.
what's their other option?
Yo, can you tell like when a girl has their period? But by just looking at them,
No.
their
Smell
performance,
it in the air.
It's the pheromones, bro.
you can't. It does not. Yo,
The extra iron in the air, man. I could tell.
we're trying to move towards like equality, not inequality by like just because you're.
We're trying to move to equality, but that's not an equal thing that's happening to them and us.
Yeah, but I don't think it's affecting them to that level. Like being
But
pregnant.
like, if it's
being pregnant, yeah.
but if it's like clinically proven, right, that women on their period like go through like these hormonal spikes, right, they're like likely to be more emotional, right? I'm assuming there's some type of pain or like they cramps and shit like that, right? Like,
yeah,
so that's that is a disadvantage.
just
you know
pop
what I mean? Like,
ibuprofen.
yo,
but
like,
the thing
I
is-
don't think I would want like say I have a fucking female surgeon operating on me and her fucking period hits out of nowhere. Like I feel like that.
Fucking jabs.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
I've never been at work in a situation. I've never been in a situation at work where I was like, all right, she's going through it. Like she's having it right now. It's happening.
Manu,
Go home.
The cramps.
If
are
anything,
here.
like, yo, so she's gonna get paid?
Manu, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think women are just disclosing to their male workers that, hey, just so you know, I'm bleeding out of my pussy right now. You know
No,
what
but
I mean?
I'm saying like that. We could tell that's
That's what I'm saying.
based on her
I think, but I
performance
think
at
it's
work.
like I think you kind of hold your like. I don't think you want it to be known. Like I think you hold your composure.
You go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
so they can hold it.
You go to the bathroom. You cry
kind
a
of a
bit.
personal question, right? Like
Mhm.
when you're bleeding, you're not like letting the fucking world know, right? You kind of.
I mean, I work from home too, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's easy.
You-
no,
But you're professional, right? When you go to work,
yeah.
like, has it ever hindered you from doing your work? No, probably not.
it's. I mean, and
She's a fucking G, bro.
no.
All right, there's a lot of G women out there because I could never tell.
And I feel like the hormonal part like comes before the period. Like I'll get emotional right before the period. You know what I mean?
All right.
TMI, but you
I'll take it. No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, I'm almost like I'm like the feminist in this conversation right now. But like,
I'm just saying neutral. I'm just looking back
I
and forth.
disagree with
know. I
that.
mean, like I said, I'll take it.
I'm pro equality. Like women should get the same pay
I'm
for
pro
the same
equality.
work.
So
but I
how do you
like,
feel about like paternity, maternity leave?
I agree with that.
You think a man should get leave
Yeah.
get leave too?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
the same
on-
amount of time.
I'm on
Yeah.
leave right now.
For real?
I'm on paternity leave right now. I just had a kid.
Shit.
Oh, that's what's up. Congrats.
Yeah, thank
they
you.
take that shit out of my paycheck every fucking month. Like
They do take
I
that
better get
out of my
some paid
paycheck.
leave.
And I don't have no kids. Like,
So
how
you get
fuck
the
do I
same
work?
amount of time as
No, I
At
think
the
a-
same,
no, actually-
equal,
No, I think
Equal.
women get more.
but it should be equal.
Once again, like you're not pushing it out of your asshole. Like why should it be equal?
Yeah, but you might be the caretaker. Like you
No,
might
I
be
think
the more maternal one.
I think in that
right?
situation, right? Like if you are like if the mom dies or some shit.
No, you might like. There's dads that are a little bit more maternal than like some women go through depression after they have a kid, right?
Yeah.
And the dad has to
No,
pick
see,
up the slack.
I think if there's like unusual circumstances, like it kind of makes sense, right? But if it's like a mom had a healthy pregnancy, healthy birth, it kind of like it makes more sense to me for the woman to get more time than
In,
the dad because like she
unusual-
physically went through something.
Yeah, but you know
No.
what? I'm physically going through something
my
too. I'm
God.
mentally going through
So
something.
you have to dealing with the shit.
Yeah, I gotta physically hold them, right?
And I think that for the period things, I think if it's like medically diagnosed, like your periods are just this insane thing, you could do FMLA and fucking take time off whenever you want.
Okay.
Problem
Yeah,
solved.
That's a
Problem solved.
All right,
if it's at like an extreme level, then
but
yeah.
still the same
Yeah.
thing as it is extra kind of PTO or time off.
It's time off, but I don't think it's paid. I don't think
No,
FMLA
you
is
get
paid.
you get paid off for
Really?
as long as you have PTO in your bank.
Oh
you
yeah,
get
no,
paid,
if
you get paid for the
PTO in the
FMLA.
bank, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So hey, get FMLA, ladies.
All right, and my final question before we wrap this up is, what are your thoughts? And we kind of touched on this briefly in the beginning on the myth or fact of do you guys think there's actual
False.
pay gap
False.
or false pay gap between men and women in the workplace?
Absolutely.
You think there is?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so.
But I think it's the women's fault. It's your fault.
Absolutely.
Okay,
It's the
this
women's fault.
I
No,
know.
let me explain to you. Let
Absolutely.
me explain to you.
Explain
A
it.
lot in my field, right? I see a lot of women not asking for that pay raise that they so rightfully deserve. They just don't.
Mm.
Like y'all should be going after the bag. Like go ask your boss
So
for
to
a
prep
pay.
for this question, I actually read some articles. That's actually not a true statement. Most women do ask for raises
Mm, they-
equally to men.
Well, if maybe they're settling. Maybe they're not asking for the same amount, or
Okay.
they're not willing to walk away when they say no.
Mm.
Like I've asked for pay raises and they said no, and I was like, all right, well, within 3 months I'm gonna be gone.
Okay.
And sure enough, when that 3 month came and I told them I was leaving, they gave me that raise.
Mm.
Mm. I think the pay gap comes from maybe that, but I think from my perspective, like being like a video creator in my own personal business, and I don't know if it's because we're in Connecticut and people are, whatever, but like I've had people be like, how much you charge for a video? And I'll be like, this and this and this, and then they'll be like, and I just feel like it's because I'm a woman that they'll even question my prices.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'll look at compare prices to other people in the area and like stuff like that, and it's not that much different. And the quality is, you know what I mean? My quality is better, but I think because I'm a woman, sometimes people assume that I won't do as good of a job. You know what I mean? But then there are some people who like just genuinely like respect the art and will be like, okay, you know what I mean? But
Are you pitching it to a man or a woman?
a man.
Oh yeah, I would think mostly a man would have an issue.
Yeah, no, like literally. And then even when it's time to come to pay me, like I've had issues like getting money.
There's always that bias factor though, that men will tend to like give more to men and women will tend to give more to women.
Mm.
But you got to stand your ground. You got to be like, this is my worth right here, and I'm gonna this is what I'm gonna get paid.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you gotta
that-
be willing to walk away, yo.
You got to
No,
be willing
definitely,
to walk
no,
away.
definitely.
And
That's
if you're
what I've done.
And if you're worth it, they're gonna pay.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I've like won like film awards and stuff, and I broke that down to people. And at that point, I don't even want to break anything down because it's like you
This is
see
the
my
price.
work.
I know what I'm about.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like-
It's but it also I think if maybe if I wasn't in Connecticut, like
It'd
if
be
it
a
was
little
in Atlanta or like Cali, like people know what it is. Like this is a form of art. Like, you have to so I think sometimes certain men, not all men, because like, but certain men that are like kind of like in that set in their ways like that, they kind of like look at women like, oh well, are you gonna do as good of a job, like stuff like that.
You're gonna take like 2 days off for like your period.
Exactly.
Exactly.
See, I think if a man and woman were to do a job equally as well, right? I think they should get paid the same, right? I feel like when you look at like average incomes between men and women, you got to look at the hourly rate. Not even the hourly rate, like the hours that are put in, right? Like I see like men that I work with work so much more hours than women that I work with. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the end of the year, right? And it's like, oh, like why did he get paid more than you? Well, he also worked like an extra 20 hours a week more than you. So that's why I feel like I said, men are typically conditioned more to work more hours than women.
I agree with that. Actually, I completely agree with that. My brother, he was in the Navy, and he said he saw that a lot. Like in the military, we'll be like, she gotta go to her kids. Like, you know what I mean? So she's leaving.
Well, women take a lot of time off, like for family and like stuff like that, and they kind of
and it's more understood.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, probably why they make less.
This is exactly the reason why I said false. Like you pretty much took the words out of my mouth. You know.
But we're all out of time today. I just want to say thank you for coming on our podcast.
Thank you.
And before we leave off, anything you want to say to the listeners?
No, thank you for having me. This was really fun. Really fun.
That was short and simple.
No Instagram, no.
My Instagram, yeah. Follow me on Instagram, Mya Saree Gray, MyaSareegray.
Anything you want to promote?
Yeah, I have a documentary series out right now. Actually, I'm shooting episodes every week of people doing like unique things that want some limelight or exposure. And if you would like to be a part, just hit me up on Instagram.
Cool.
Perfect.
Maybe one of us could be on that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, all the above. Keep hating, whatever y'all do. Just keep tuning in. Thank you.